Hey everyone, welcome to a roundtable discussion with Michael and Peter. We're going to talk about today how e-readers are not really innovative anymore.
Right.
We haven't really seen the technology progress. We've seen a few milestones that have happened over the years. We saw the progressive, better resolution, and then we saw the advent of color e-ink and front light technology. Now, it was really only front light technology that managed to become popular. There was only a handful of companies that used color e-ink, but it didn't go anywhere.
I don't think color really is going to go anywhere anytime soon. I mean, color's been around for at least 2 or 3 years with companies like Ictaco. Pocketbook's been doing color. Pocketbook had a really good color device called the Color Lux. It is only about $200 and something, which is pretty good, seeing that the cheapest color display for the first couple years when it was announced was about $500. But no, color, just people are confused when they look at color because they see a tablet this big that's color e-ink and they're trying to speed things along and they're like, why is this tablet so laggy? And it's like, it's not a tablet, it's a color e-reader, and they don't know how to put that together in their mind. So to the average consumer, it doesn't really work.
We saw Miracell too, but it was mainly with a series of Asian companies that didn't really cross over to like North America or to Europe or anything like that. Well, color e-paper in general displays about 4,000 colors. Your average tablet like the Apple iPad Air or, you know, the flagship Kobo devices, 4 million colors.
Exactly.
So a lot of people looked at color tablets, they looked at color e-readers and said, why is the color on an e-reader look so washed out?
Right.
Well, it's just because it can only display so many colors. So a lot of people that talk to us, because we've been covering e-readers since really the Kindle 1.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, so we've seen like every Sony, every Kobo, every Barnes & Noble, and a myriad of other companies. And I just feel like e-readers just aren't innovative. They don't give people a reason to upgrade. So you look at the upgrade cycle of smartphones.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever a new iPhone comes out, people are buying it. People tend to upgrade tablets between every 2 and 3 years statistically. And with e-readers, there's just not a reason to upgrade. If you want light, and your Kindle 2, you buy like a reading light. You know, that you don't really have to buy a front lit display. So this is the onus on the lack of innovation is on companies like e-ink, who primarily make the screens for all the e-readers over the years. You know, Kindle, Kobo, Nook, and so on. So why is e-ink not that innovative? Well, I think it's purely because they're not making a lot of money these days. In the last year and a half, every quarter, they're losing revenue. And this is mainly because a lot of their major partners aren't doing business with them anymore, have gone bankrupt, or are placing fewer orders. Let's look at some of the companies that went bankrupt. Cooler, Entourage, Irex, Penn Digital, Kobe, many others. Now, you have indie companies such as Bokeen, Ictaco, Icarus, Onyx, Pocketbook, Wexler, and many others, but they're not selling a lot of e-readers, so they're not placing the types of orders that they did during the heyday of like 2011 and 2012 when e-readers there was a lot being sold. Let's look at total shipments. Total shipments in 2013 were 13 million units. 2012 was 15 million units, and the largest boom period was 2011 with 23 million e-readers sold. So you can see how it's declined. Now, e-ink is the company that's, you know, again, responsible for tech, and they're not innovating anymore. They're not giving people the reason to upgrade. They had e-readers. They had e-readers with front light. That was a big reason to change.
That was really the only reason to change, because before then e-readers were just flat. It was like the old Game Boy. When Game Boy with a light came out, you're like, boom, I can see in the dark now with a Game Boy. It's the same kind of thing. After that, you see companies like Bokeen. They tried to do inertia, where if you pinch and zoom and let go, it would continue the pinch and zoom, where if you swipe, it would slowly swipe until it slowed down, much like on a tablet when you swipe. And
but is that a compelling enough reason to spend like $250?
Exactly, and that's why I'm agreeing with you here. And then there's companies that do, you know, they allow you to do Android applications because they run off Android. Some of those Asian manufacturers put a bare bones default Android 2.3 on your e-reader, so people are trying to play videos and Angry Birds, and as you throw the bird, it's going like that because of the frame rate limitations. And no, nothing that any of these guys do is really enough of a reason to upgrade like it is with a cell phone. Oh, fingerprint technology and wireless charging, it's so versatile. But with an e-reader, we have glow light. Awesome. What's next? Nothing.
Well, we've seen some small, like, cumulative innovations, like Carta, which was evident in the Kindle Paperwhite 2, where instead of refreshing every page or every 6 pages, it refreshed every chapter. So you see, like, less flickering when you churn pages. Is that enough to convince people to spend $150 on a new e-reader?
No.
I don't think so.
That's that's a push software update to me.
Yeah. And I mean, look at Sony. They've pretty well aren't even making e-readers anymore.
No.
So the pool of big name vendors actually buying millions of units is basically Kobo and Amazon.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Barnes & Noble's Glow Light that came out recently was horrible. We didn't find anything compelling to that at all.
It's a US and UK exclusive. It's not
exactly.
It's simply not relevant to the majority of the world that, in Canada, we can't even buy books with Barnes & Noble.
No.
So I would say it's the lack of innovation. 80% of e-ink's revenue still derives from e-reader sales. And so this is kind of shooting them in the foot because they're not offering any new innovative options for people to buy into. So a lot of people are still happy with their Kindle 2s, or the Kindle keyboards.
Yeah,
or,
fair amount of those.
like a 4-year-old Sony e-reader. We know a lot of people that have things like that. They're always sending us emails or commenting on our YouTube videos saying, where can I buy, like, a case for my Kindle 2? And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
That's been discontinued for like 4 years almost.
Well, it's because it's text. You're reading text. How often do you have to upgrade to read text better? They have the Kobo Aura had the HD display. That was kind of the first high-def display. Awesome. And companies like Wexler they're doing flexible screens and stuff, but you end up just getting too carried away and breaking them. So no, there's nothing out there that people have done that will make you want to upgrade and grab a new e-reader so you can experience this new thing.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon hasn't really done much with Liquid Vista, which is a color e-paper company that they had purchased from Samsung last year. There is really no information on if they're going to be applying that to e-readers or whether they're going to be doing it with their tablets. In any case, it spells trouble for companies like e-ink, where Amazon is like single-handedly their biggest customer, and keeping them in business in terms of like royalties and being able to make money when they're not actually shipping out units.
Pretty much.
So what's happened to the e-paper industry? When's the last time we heard anything from Pixel Qi?
Oh yeah, exactly. We were when we went on all the events, we always ran into them, and they're always saying that we're going to do this and that. And I think we had the one Notion Ink tablet from them, and then we were just like not really impressed. So
yeah, I mean, Pixel Qi I think had better resolution than e-ink did in terms of like laptops and phones and like all these crazy devices that had these low-powered rechargeable screens. But the CEO, Mary Lou Jepsen, who we had met many times, she actually got hired at Google.
Oh, there you go.
So, and you haven't heard anything from them. Same with Plastic Logic, another company that's involved in e-papers. They basically were going to release an e-reader, they abandoned it, and then they just got into like licensing their technology to other companies. But have we actually seen a commercially viable product using Pixel Qi?
No.
We've seen prototypes, like when we were at their CES, not last year, but the year before.
Yeah, I remember that.
We saw like, basically a paper-thin map that had Google Maps on it.
And you can put another map next to it, and it expands onto the next map.
You could basically have 2 different pieces of paper, then you put it together and they automatically join.
That was cool. I remember
Stuff like that is awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it a commercially viable product? Well, maybe to certain segments like air traffic controllers or to like airline pilots or something like that. But it's like that lack of innovation where you connect things and phones now are getting all modular where you could buy a different battery and just slot it in, or you could buy a different camera and just slot it in.
Yes.
It's like we're seeing all sorts of crazy innovation with like tablets, with smartwatches, with phones, but we're not seeing that with e-readers. And I think that is the lack of innovation with e-readers. It's what's hampering and stagnating their growth, and it's the reason why all of these companies are going out of business. And Qualcomm isn't doing much with mirror
Yeah.
cell. It showed some
Right,
phones,
yeah.
it showed some tablets,
Kilbo,
but it's
yeah.
doing like the talk, like the watch.
Yeah.
And who's really buying wearables? Well, that's an argument for like another day.
I'm not wearing mine anymore.
Yeah,
we'll get to that on another video.
I'm not wearing my Pebble anymore.
No.
You're not wearing your Sony smartwatch.
Bare wrists.
You look at eBay and it's just like populated with stuff that's like half the price of like the street value. And it's, you know,
Galaxy Gears have gone down from $349, $499 retail to $100 on eBay. So what does that tell you guys?
Totally. So it's the sad thing. I mean, I love e-readers.
Yeah.
I love reading. I love reading on e-readers because they don't have back, you know, they're not lit from the back like a tablet, so you're not like burning your eyes out with the like reading. So there's still a huge market for e-readers, but is there anything on the horizon? Well, we keep our ears to the ground. Really, there's nothing new on the horizon. Companies like e-ink are getting away from e-readers. They're making digital signage. So they're making like
luggage tags.
Yeah, luggage
clocks.
tags. They're making like speedometers for like bikes.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, we saw that.
They're
was
making
cool.
clocks.
Yeah, that's right.
They're getting into making e-ink displays for phones, which is the next thing that they're trying to do. So the e-ink phone, the Onyx phone.
The ink phone, yeah.
Wexler is making phones, but they're not using e-ink screens.
Yeah.
The Yoda phone, which is the first generation phone that really sucked, but apparently they're working on a second generation where the screen on the back with e-ink is going to be like capacitive touch screen.
Oh, instead of just a sub display.
Right. That was the problem with the Yoda phone. You had to turn the volume up and down to turn pages.
Yeah, I remember. Oh,
that sucked.
That was ridiculous.
I really hope the Yoda phone
How hard is it to make a dedicated button on the back?
I know.
You know what I mean?
They wouldn't even do that.
Would it kill you to do that? That was ridiculous.
And a lot of companies are making sort of those smartphone cases with an e-ink screen on the back, but they're not touch screen. It's just like it's very not user friendly. So who really knows? You know, we're seeing a lot of trends in the industry, but it seems like e-ink phones are something that a lot of companies are looking into. Whether they'll take off, hey, I mean, if they're $400 or $500, I don't think anybody will buy them.
Yeah, the Yoda phone is pretty pricey. I think it's $399 GBP.
Yeah.
So that's a $600 phone right there for just pure e-ink. So.
Yeah, and I mean, we reviewed it at CS and we hated it.
Yeah, it wasn't worth the money. That we should say that.
Yeah, I mean, even the people at the e-ink booth were having trouble showing us the functionality of the phone because, you know, sometimes turning volume up and down would turn pages, and other times you had to like hit that center button, and there was like no consistency in the phone experience. It was a nightmare. So I really hope that e-readers will stick around. You know, as long as Kobo and Amazon continues to make them, the industry will survive. But I think really the onus is on e-ink, which is pretty well the last person standing to start innovating. Even though that they may not have the money anymore, because everyone's placing fewer orders, and a lot of their partners are out of business now. It's only in their best interest to be relevant and to survive in the future, to be able to do something different. And what that different is, who really knows? It's like Steve Jobs said, people don't know what they want until you give it to them. Yeah, well, I mean, even if in this discussion here, we've covered a lot of things. We've covered HD displays, color, inertia, like capabilities to expand sub-displays on e-readers. All the technology is there, and certain e-readers from different companies have showcased this, but no one's really capitalized on that and advertised it as, this can do this, this can do this. And I don't know, it just seems like if Amazon or Kobo, one of the big boys, step up, because they have the capabilities, they have the resources to do that with all these new technologies, you might get a really cool e-reader with all these things on it in the future. But, well, speaking of all these things, the Sony 13.3 inch, which is called the Sony Digital Paper. It uses Mobius, which is a screen technology that Sony actually developed in conjunction with e-ink. Sony's the only company to do it. It's coming this May, which is a little bit of a scoop. It's coming to one law firm in the States is the only company selling them. We're going to look into actually getting a review unit. That'd be awesome. But it's basically light as hell. It is light, yeah. And it like, only reads PDFs. But I mean, that tech, a lot of companies do cool stuff with that. Yes, a dedicated, huge
PDF reader. I mean, it has the pen too, so that's going to be
digitizer,
it opens up a lot of capabilities.
A5.
Yes.
So we'd like to hear your thoughts.
You guys.
What could e-paper in general do to take it to the next level? If you have an older e-reader, what would convince you to upgrade? Is there certain things that you're waiting for? A lot of people are saying, I have the Kindle Paperwhite 1. I skipped the 2. Are you going to buy the 3? Is the 3 going to give you enough to be able to rationalize spending that extra $150? We'd love to hear from you guys. Drop a comment below. If you're watching this video on another website, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/goodyreader. And for a Goody Reader Roundtable with Michael and Peter, everybody take care.
That was a long video, but it was relevant. E-readers have lost their edge. They used to be the talk of the town, and now they're the talk of some village in the mountains in some remote country somewhere that nobody knows. So we hope that they do make a comeback and they implement all these awesome technologies that they've been showcasing over the past couple of years into one mega e-reader that does it all and maybe plays videos or has the capabilities of playing games. Who knows? If you guys want to see us do anything else with our videos, you want us to maybe switch it up and do this or that, the other thing, let us know, because we're always looking for different things to do. We started Drive Time with me driving my car around mindlessly, and Mike's News Blasts have started this year. We've done more contests, just trying to give you guys a little bit more say in how we do things here. So if you guys have any ideas of what you want us to film or what type of videos you want us to do, let us know either at michael@goodyreader.com or peter@goodyreader.com, or leave a comment down below and I will see it. Thank you guys for watching very much.